Okay, Ben, how you doing?
Good.
Okay, this is a recap of the 8-week case study that we did here at Derby City CrossFit in Louisville, Kentucky. And let's just have a little recap of the goals, the problems that you were having and the goals that you wanted to achieve before.
Goal was to improve my bench by improving my shoulder. I would have called it an impingement, I guess, because it seemed to give me problems in certain ranges of motion. Not that I couldn't complete the range, but it would just be pretty painful. So by improving that, I thought I would see a significant improvement in my performance.
And so the pain in your shoulder was pretty much holding you back from...
It would keep me from doing what I think I can do, and not necessarily kept me from the movement, but it would keep me from moving weights that I thought I was capable of moving.
And what was the frustrating part about that problem?
Frustrating part was it would not hurt for a while, and then when I'd go back to doing something simple as a push-up, it would start bothering me almost immediately. So, doing something simple as just getting off the ground was frustrating because, anytime you do something when it hurts, it's not very fun.
So what was your perception of me, of what I was proposing when we were starting this case study?
I like the idea that you weren't going to rip my muscles apart, and you were going to try to let them release themselves and let go of the tension that I had in my body. I've tried chiropractors and ART and another different thing like osteopathic methods to help me, but they weren't working like I'd like, at least not as quickly as I'd like, because it's been a year since I've been having the problem. And so I was open-minded. I'm up for anything pretty much, and I was pleasantly surprised.
And how was that perception changed? How did it change as we went through the 8 weeks?
Well, I guess at first, you're always skeptical about something. You wonder if it's working because the placebo effect, just because you think it's working or because it actually is. And whether that really changed or not, it doesn't matter. It worked. My shoulder hasn't hurt me for probably a month now.
Nice. And what changed the most for you in that period of time? Obviously, the shoulder is no longer...
Right, shoulder doesn't hurt. Greater awareness of what was causing the problem. Gave me a better sense of what is tight in my body. And different ways of releasing that tension.
And can you give an example of one of the tension patterns that you became aware of?
Yeah, so my psoas is chronically tight. I think that's going to be there forever, as long as I just got to keep on it. My hamstrings are always a little tighter. I've noticed a big difference lately just by loosening them up. Little things that I've done, I've stretched a little bit more than I used to, and I think just being aware of it like that and knowing that I never want the problem again is even more important than the stuff you did in general. Just because, once you fix something, you don't ever want it to come back.
And what other challenges did you run into or things you got help with that you hadn't planned on?
I can't think of, I've just felt great lately. To be honest with you, it's the biggest thing that I didn't expect, just from my shoulder feeling better. My training's been a lot better. My lips are all going up. And, I didn't really expect that. I just kind of expected my shoulder just to feel better. So I guess that would be something. I've always been, pretty much from the waist down, pretty limber. So that hasn't really, I haven't felt a huge difference in the lower body. My hips are always pretty open. But shoulder feels better. Been doing a lot more upper back work. Again, it's just made me so aware of what's going on in my upper body, in my shoulders, that doing other things, more prehab, rehab kind of stuff than I ever did before.
And how did your bench increase over the 8-week period?
My bench went from, I stalled out before at 250 for 5. I just did the other day, I did 275 for 5, and it wasn't bad at all. So hopefully there'll be a lot more to come.
Excellent. And would you recommend this work to other people?
I already have. Everywhere I go. I had a guy in California that would die to come out here and try it, and he may be coming out in September.
Excellent. Okay, well, thank you so much.
And thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.